What's going on, my lovely people? Welcome to the second episode of my new series, Judgment Free with NB3. I'm Nelson Bernard III, and I'd like to welcome y'all, back to, just discussions or topics that just makes you think, or it just give you a different perspective, on certain things as we, go through our life and as we experience life. So this topic here for this go round, the topic is we won versus you lost. And what I mean by that topic is, so when I was doing my retirement speech last year, and if you haven't seen that, I recommend you go check that out. It's labeled my epic retirement ceremony speech. And the reason why this topic is like important or intrigues me, because in the beginning of my speech, I was reluctant to, give credit to myself or big up myself or champion myself, because I'm not used to doing that throughout my life. So I didn't know how that was going to be perceived, right? But then it threw me off, because when I started my speech, and the first person I thanked for accomplishing the goal of retirement and my journey through life was, I thanked myself, right? And I didn't expect to get a damn near a standing ovation when I said that, because, in life, it just seems like it's kind of taboo to give yourself credit first and foremost, right? Because, people are always talking about like, you didn't do it by yourself, right? I've always heard that my whole life. You didn't do it by yourself, right? But it makes you feel like you're wrong for just being able to just look what I did, and I was reluctant to do that, but I did it. And I got the response that I got, and it threw me off a little bit, right? Because I'm not one to brag about myself or be like, look what I did, but what I've learned in life is that you do have to champion yourself, though. Because if you wait for other people to do it, because that's what I was doing, was just wait for other people to recognize, and but if you wait for that, then you may never get your spotlight or your shine that you feel you deserve, right? So I had to learn not to be ashamed of doing that, because I'm a very humble person, at heart. But I said it with conviction, in my speech. If y'all haven't seen it, go see it. But and I meant it, and I don't regret it, and I didn't, I'm not apologizing for it. But that showed me a good reason why you should definitely acknowledge yourself first and foremost, and not wait for other people to do it. But it ties into this topic because it's ironic, right? When you're successful or you're doing good things, that people are looking to get acknowledgement. They're looking they're ready to have their name called at a award ceremony or award show, or anything dealing with a positive recognition. People will come out the woodwork, in droves to see if they're going to say my name, if they're going to mention that I had something to do with the success, right? So they'll be sitting there, their seat and everything, just I know you're gonna call me, you know what I'm saying? Because I told him to keep going. I told him to keep fighting. I told him to don't give up, and it's just crazy that, when you as a person go through the journey, why wouldn't you be the first person that you thank? You know what I'm saying? And I only say that because if you were to fail, then people are expecting you to be like, I messed up, I failed. And not because of another person or a group of people, right? So I had to put that together, because I'm all about balance in life, right? You can't not want me to take all the credit, but then let me take all the blame, right? So I looked at it like that, where if I'm going to be successful or if I'm going to fail, I'm going to give myself the credit either way it go, because I'm the one going through this journey. Yes, people have helped me along the way, but it was up to me to decide and to do or not to do, or to say or not to say, or become or not become. It's all on me. So I find it kind of ironic because, now to juxtapose that to if that was a court hearing or, a court martial, or, you in court for something bad, and you got an audience for that too, right? The people who come in the courtroom, right? There's gonna be a lot less people in their courtroom looking to see if they call your name, right? Because people don't want to admit wrongdoing in the first place, or take responsibility for their actions or their part in things, right? So the people that will attend the court hearing or the courtroom, they're not sitting tall, like, hope they call my name right. They're more like, man, shoot, hope you don't say my name. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had nothing to do with it. But it's like, hold on, I didn't commit this crime by myself. For me to get on the inside, I have to have an inside man. For me to get away from the scene as fast as I did, I need a getaway driver, right? So it's ironic to me that people, they want you to call their names, but only in the good light only, right? Because you have a team, whether it's success, failure, or indifferent, right? You have somebody either enabling you or encouraging you, right? So I just thought that was a intriguing topic to discuss, because people are always looking to get shine, but when they're at fault for you failing or it contributed you failing, they don't want no parts of it, right? So it's just ironic that you should want balance, because nobody's perfect, right? So and people will give you wrong or bad advice along your journey. People give you good advice along your journey, right? But it's still up to you to accept it or reject it, right? But it's just that people are more, prone to be like, hey, I gave them, I tutored you, man, or I helped you, or I'm the reason, like, yeah, But let's keep that same energy when it's on the other side of the fence, right? Because I never want people to view me as like being like arrogant or like we're just like showing off and everything. So I've always been cognizant of like how I talk about myself and like what I take credit for. Like I'm the type of person where I'll help somebody, whether it be words of encouragement, motivation, or or whatever it is, right? And I'm not looking for the recognition, right? Because me helping you was between me and you. Now, if you want the world to know, then that's on you to let the world know that I did something for you. But I'm not looking to be like, hey, remember that time? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, don't forget, that's not me. That's not me. So I don't know, like, it makes me feel weird. I don't know about y'all, but it makes me feel weird. You know what I'm saying? So I just prefer to stay in the backgrounds, behind the scenes. But, for my retirement ceremony, it was about me, right? So I seized that opportunity. I seized that moment to talk about me in a way that I normally do not talk about myself. And anybody who knows me know that, like, I'm a very reserved person when it comes to talking about myself and my accomplishments. I'm quick to help others and help other people achieve, their goals and to help them be the best version of themselves. So that's where, I was conflicted when I first started my speech to thank myself, and I did it unapologetically too, because, I have contributed a lot to my journey to be where I am today. Yeah, there's plenty of people that I can name out that helped me along the way, but at the same time, they did not do it for me. So that's why I put myself before anybody else. And you should too. And don't let nobody make you feel shame for doing that. Because when you fail, they ain't gonna let you put nobody else before you in failure. So I'm all about keeping things balanced, So So keep that in mind when it comes time to celebrating yourself, because it was a hard thing for me to celebrate myself. But I've learned over the years, especially into my 30s, right, to celebrate yourself. Because if you don't celebrate yourself, then why would you expect other people to celebrate you? You know, but why would you expect other people to celebrate you if you're not wanting to do it? So that was a big takeaway for me doing my speech and standing up there for all those people and having something to say, and not just talk about my accomplishments and this, that, third. I wanted to talk about what I actually really feel inside, because that's what mattered. That's what mattered. So, like I said, go back, and if you've seen it, and if you want to get a glimpse of what I'm really talking about, go back and rewatch that video in the beginning, where I first started off my speech, right? Because that set the tone of what I was going to talk about and how I was going to present it, and I never backed down from the beginning of my speech, and I know it's not necessarily easy to do, but when you understand who you are and what you are and what you've accomplished, then it helps to put it in perspective. Because again, everybody don't know what you did. Everybody don't see the work that you put into yourself, right? And that's not for everybody to see. It's not to be on display. But at the same time, people want to know, how did you get where you are now? And that's where, you could kind of, bridge the gap to let them know, all right, well, outside of the people who helped me, but I also have chosen to do this, and a whole gambit of things, for them to see this outcome, this particular outcome. So that is the premise of the we won versus you lost. We all come together. Oh, you won? Okay, so we win. But if you lost, oh man, you lost, man. You gotta do better next time. And it's just, I just think they're kind of ironic. If everything's supposed to be an ecosystem, right? Have a village, right? Then I think it should go both ways. It should go both ways. But at the end of the day, you're not putting more blame or more credit than yourself, because remember, it's all about you in the first place. If it weren't for you, you wouldn't have the experience. People on the outside looking in of your experience. So they can't take the full credit for your experience because it's not their experience. So people got to keep that in mind. All right. Definitely keep that in mind, because at the end of the day, it's your pain and your gain. They may be at the award show or the court hearing, but in the day, you have to live with the results of whatever you did or didn't do. So yeah, that's just, my take on winning and losing here in life. And like I said, if there's anything that y'all want me to cover, any topics, please let it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. I know I was a little late on this second episode, but it's okay though. I'm working things out, so y'all bear with me. I'm definitely committed to making this something impactful and useful for anybody who come across this channel. Okay. So I love y'all. Thank y'all for y'all attention and time. And please, 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 just remember one thing. If you don't listen to nothing I say, I can help you, but I can't save you. All right, peace.